Hi everyone, I thought I'd show you what I do with the snails while I clean out their enclosures. So first of all, what I do is I take this little plastic tub that I have and I'll pop in some of their uneaten food, so they've got something that obviously smells familiar, so they don't get like freaked out or nothing. Then pop the snails in. And what I tend to do is, while I'm cleaning them out, because I clean them out twice a week, I will give them their protein food, which I give them twice a week. As you can see, the cucumber I'd put in the tank was fairly fresh, because this was quite a warm day when I filmed this. So I'd put cucumber in just to make sure the snails had a food that would provide them with plenty of water, because I can't really risk having a water tub in the tank because of how small Juniper is. And then I give them their mix of snail porridge, which is a few porridge flakes mixed with fish food flakes. And I give them this for their protein and they really enjoy it. I did used to put mealworms in, but I found all my snails have stopped eating the mealworms for some reason. So what I'm going to do is, because that was dried mealworms, I'm going to try some fresh mealworms at some point, but I'm a bit squeamish about anything that's like a maggot or anything like that, so I don't know if I can do it. So what I'm doing here is providing them with some snail porridge, and I've put some cucumber in the middle to entice them, and then I'll put a bit more of the snail porridge on top and add a little bit more water. You want to make sure that when you make a snail porridge that you mix it with water before they eat it, because otherwise they could have trouble eating it. It needs to be nice and wet and mushy, that's what they like. And what I do is, and obviously I'll give them a spray down as well while they're in here. It gives me a chance to check their shells, check how they're growing, make sure they're all right, make sure there's no problems, you know, no damage to shells, that sort of thing. And also it allows me to turn over the soil, because what I do is I don't replace the soil as I clean the tank out. What I do is I spot clean it, so I remove all the snail poos and any food debris, and then what I do is I turn the soil over just to mix it up a bit and sort of refresh it a little bit. And I also add a bit more new soil if it's needed, depending on if it's getting a bit low. And yeah, while I do that, the snails have a chance to pop out and have their protein snack. Also, this is a way of me making sure that they're eating their protein as well, because obviously if it's in here I can see that they're eating. What I tend to do is I'll just leave the camera rolling and leave it for about 20 minutes, and then as you go through the footage you can see them munching away. As you can see, Jimmy was very interested, and Jimmy came out first. This was shortly before he got moved to the larger tank. Not the massive tank with the big ones, but the slightly larger tank with the other snail babies that are his size, because it was a bit too small for him in the smallest tank. And Jade and Juniper are just in the smallest tank now until they grow a little bit. It's their little grow out tub. I find as well this is a good way of getting your snails used to you, because like they'll be quite nervous and stuff at first, but over time they'll learn that when you pick them up and move them, there's some nice food at the end of it, and then they get more confident with you, and because they learn that you're not going to eat them or anything. I find Jade and Juniper tend to be quite nervous, whereas Jimmy's a little bit more confident, and Jimmy will hiss at me if I pick him up. And that just means that they're a bit frightened if they hiss at you. So as you can see, he's coming out now and he'll start exploring and having a munch of his food. And as you can see, it doesn't take long for Jade and Juniper to poke their little heads out and have a look. I tend to find Jimmy will start eating first, then jade, and then baby juniper will sometimes just have a wander around in completely the wrong direction and then eventually find food. So as you can see, she's not even looking in the right direction at the minute. But yeah, this is just a great way of A, you're making sure that the snails are eating protein, B, gets the snails out the way of the tank while you're cleaning it, and C, it's just a good way to see the growth. So if you look on especially Jade's shell, you can see a very clear light stripe near the head in the shell, and that's all the new growth. So yeah, they're growing quite well and enjoying having a munch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to leave the video running so you can see them having a little bit of a munch, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.